Okay, in case you're wondering what I'm doing a cross resistance on my Compex Sport. It's a model which I purchased about 4 years ago. They've actually split them up into 4 different models now. So they come as the Sport 2, Sport 4, the 6 and the 8. The 6 and the 8 are wireless, and the Sport 2 and Sport 4 are similar to this one, but the 2's got 20 programs and the 4 has 30. At the moment I'm doing cross resistance training, so I'm using this as a complementary to my mountain bike cycle training. I try to get 2 rides in a week, and then I try to get an additional 2 Compex sessions similar to this one. So it has a cross resistance. At the moment it's currently going through explosivity. So explosive strength, which is a 3-second burst of one heck of a sharp contraction, as you can probably hear by my near breathlessness. I must tell you that it really cranks serious contraction through those muscles. Okay, here we go, back onto the resistance, and that's going to be a 7-second contraction for resistance with a 7-second rest. And I think at this point I can now start to increase intensity. So yeah, if I tell you, my heart rate has gone up. I'm starting to expire from my workout, believe it or not. Right. So the other day I managed to get up to 513 on the cross endurance program, which was pretty intense, but this is a slightly different frequency. The cross endurance reaches type 1 muscle fiber, whereas the cross resistance reaches type 2 muscle fiber. So I'm trying to mix it up to do 1 endurance and 1 resistance every week in order to build some power into my muscles and some endurance. So when I'm cycling and I'm going up those trails, that I've got the ability to withstand and maintain and even power through the hills. So I'm going to increase it a bit more. Sorry about the quality of this video. I'm actually doing it in a very poor light, to be honest. But I'm sure you can see what the muscles are doing. Try and get a side shot. Just so you can see how the muscles are actually contracting, and it even wants to try and straighten out my leg, but I'm firing my hamstrings at the same time as a way of activating them as well, and it prevents me from straightening out my leg. You know, we often see a lot of Compex videos on YouTube, but there's often not really enough, and people are not really sure quite how to use it, and also to what sort of intensities they can go. Now I must tell you, I'm no athlete, but I do enjoy my mountain biking, and I'm really determined, because I'm doing a race in about 6 weeks' time, and I'm using this, the Compex, just as a way of getting these muscles firing and working beyond a range that they would normally work. So anyway, currently, as you can see, I'm up to about 266. I think machine can go up to about 1,000, so still a lot left. I must tell you, I'm a little bit fearful of going that high because it really is very strong contractions. But bear with me. So now it's going through a different sort of cycle. So with the cross training, which I think you can only get on the Sport 8, I'm not sure whether it's on the Sport 6. I'd have to look that up. But yeah, neurologically makes the muscles believe that it's going through a whole range of different features of training. So you're getting to experience different intensity, just the same as you would with any sort of sport like running or cycling, where you would have periods of time where you would be cruising and other times when you'll have to do some work. So neurologically, this is training the muscles to experience that exact same effect. So my neural system, even though I'm currently not on a bike, neurologically my muscle doesn't know any different. Now, one of the good things about Compex is that it's totally safe and it doesn't put any stress on tendons or joint. And this is important because you can get the stimulation recruiting up to 99% of the muscle fiber, and on the basis of that you can get a training far superior than you would achieve in a gym or on the bike or any other way, because the body has its own sort of auto-protective mechanisms. If you can imagine going into gym, picking up a weight that actually manages to recruit 99% of your muscle, I'm quite sure that would lead to injury, either to the joint or to the tendon or whatever, to the bone. So Compex is really a good way to augment your training. I'd recommend it. Absolutely essential, particularly for us aging warriors, currently 51 years old, and I can do with all the help that I can get, and it's an extremely useful device. Once I'm done with this program, then I'm going to switch to a program called Recovery, and that has 3 different modes. What it does is it does capillarization, it does reduce muscle tension, and it does endorphinic. And capillarization helps to create new arterial network within the muscles, which also helps with the ability to take up more oxygen and therefore to get more work out of the muscle. And then reduce muscle tension, takes out any spasms that might occur, reduces lactic acid, also helps to soften up the muscle for post-workout. And apparently, as far as I believe, the recovery program can be up to 30% more efficient than massage alone. And then the endorphinic is for pain relief. So the combination of the 3 within the recovery is a really good way, even after going out for a hard workout, to give your muscles a break, helping them to recover quicker, so the next day you're back on the road again, training just the way you love to do, and actually improving rather than needing as much rest as you normally would. You prepare your muscles for the next day. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to carry on my workout. I must tell you, I am starting to perspire really badly. But in any case, on that point, we'll say ciao ciao. Bye.